NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
It has been peace versus chaos for days now. Today, San Diegans are out again demanding justice and reform after the death of George Floyd. This as leaders announce big changes in law enforcement. Thanks for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Monica Dean. It is another day of marching as more than 100 people protested peacefully through Balboa Park. It's drastically different from the chaotic scene on the streets of downtown last night, where several businesses were looted, walls were spray painted, and police cars were damaged. Overall, 100 arrests were made. Today, San Diego Police Chief David Nislight commented on the events as well as made an historic announcement. The department will now ban the carotid restraint technique, a chokehold that critics have denounced for years.
So all I'm asking is for people to peacefully protest. We will facilitate that all day and night. We'll be out there with you, making certain that you have the right to do that and you can do that safely.
On Twitter, the San Diego Police Department deemed protests an unlawful assembly after rocks and bottles were thrown at officers. Meanwhile, President Trump is telling states and local governments to gain control of violent protests or he'll deploy U.S. military forces. The La Mesa community is working to rebuild after their neighborhood was ransacked Saturday night. Today, we heard from Samir Pierre Ferrat and his wife, Beatrice, who owns Pierres Jewelers, one of the businesses looted. They've been in La Mesa since 1989. On Saturday, they both watched the destruction of their business from their homes through surveillance footage. They say it brought back emotional memories. They both escaped civil unrest in Lebanon and worked their way up here in America. Despite the recent events, they're both staying positive thanks to the support of their community.
I just want to go back to normal if we can, and I'm sure we will. With faith and hard work, we make it again.
Such a resilient couple there. Pierre's valuable jewelry was secure in another location when those looters broke in. They're both working with their insurance company to see what can be replaced. Governor Gavin Newsom said he understands why people have lost patience. He acknowledged that often leaders in his position are inadequate to deal with the moment, saying they try to meet it with rhetoric when they should be facing the hard truth that racism is a problem in America.
And we have to own up to some very difficult things. The black community is not responsible for what's happening in this country right now. We are. We are. Our institutions are responsible. We are accountable to this moment. Let's just call that out.
He said we need to be prepared to do something different, not in the short run, but in the long run, in order for there to be justice. We're following all the newest developments out of the George Floyd protests. Go to our website, NBC7.com, where you can find a gallery of the 15 most powerful moments of peaceful protests across the country. You can also download our NBC7 mobile app. Now to the latest on the coronavirus in San Diego. County leaders reported 73 new cases today from 3,655 tests. That's a 2% positive test rate. There have been a total of 7,554 cases here in San Diego so far, with no new deaths announced today. Today, researchers are saying the antiviral drug remdesivir has a small benefit for patients with moderate cases of COVID-19, according to the drug's manufacturer. Patients on a 5-day course were 65% more likely to have clinical improvement at day 11 when compared to standard care. The FDA has approved the drug for emergency use during the pandemic. Starting tomorrow, people will be able to sit, lay down, and sunbathe on local beaches for the first time in months. All beach communities across the county agreed to ease this restriction tomorrow. However, you are still asked to avoid gatherings, and you do need to have a mask on if you are within 6 feet of someone. Piers and parking lots, by the way, will remain closed for the time being. So, will it be beach weather for families to enjoy this week? Dagmar joins us next after this quick break.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Bill Howe is open to provide customers with repairs and services. We have taken additional measures to keep our customers and technicians safe. We will continue to provide San Diego with trusted, exceptional service.
Because we know how.
Hi there, we are looking at a beautiful Tuesday as we head through the rest of this work week. You'll see a little bit of a warming trend, kind of on and off, really just some beautiful weather for the remainder of this work week. So your Tuesday, you'll have partly cloudy skies, some high clouds streaming through the region, a few low clouds at the beaches, mid-70s for the coast, inland valleys, low 80s, mountains mid to upper 70s, and the deserts you're looking at about the low 100 mark, so still just under heat advisory criteria. It's going to be another warm one out there, but overall, it's really nice weather all the way across all 4 forecast zones.
Many businesses damaged by some of the protests will be able to recover and thrive again, but one local comic book store may not be able to bounce back. For 16 years, Crazy Fred's has provided La Mesa with collectible cards and comic books. The store says a lot of merchandise was stolen during Saturday's violent protests. The business was already struggling during the pandemic, but much like the superheroes on the shelves, Fred and his employees are seeing something positive in this terrible situation.
There's so many people that are being good right now and showing good that it just makes me really proud in a way.
It does help my heart because we've had a lot of our store regulars come in. That's the bulk of the people in the store right now helping to box it up. Everybody who's loved the store and been a part of it for all 16 years. A lot of them are coming in today to help. We've just been flooded with offers of help.
So nice to see those people come together. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help Crazy Fred's rebuild. The goal of $5,000 was easily surpassed. At last check, the page already has $15,000 in donations. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. Have a good night and take care.